In this edition of MacFan Not an Expert, we're gonna review and redo the last video that I did for my beloved MacBook Pro 2011. It was quite long and a lot of people had said that, so even myself. So let's go ahead and do it kind of easier and see what happened since then, shall we?
So we're gonna start by removing all these screws. We're talking about 10 screws. Okay. It is a small torque screw, so let's go ahead and find in my dandy toolbox. This is what I needed for this project. What's this one? Okay. Take 0. Alright. We're going to start disassemble. Okay. These first 3 screws are the longer ones, and then we will continue to do the next ones that are located along the way. So we're going to do it in this counterclockwise fashion, so that way we don't lose any of the screws, shall we? What we're going to do right now is use this mini toolbox so we can put all together all the screws that we need to separate from the MacBook, so we can start to dismantle it and start working on the project to change our beloved disk drive. Okay, and that way we don't lose any of the screws that we have right now. Okay, start by doing the longer ones. As you can see, they are elongate, so I put all 3 screws here. It is not separated or anything, and now we're gonna remove the back panel from the machine. It's very simple on these 2011s or 2012s and before. There's no clips of any kind. It's kind of clean because I have actually cleaned out the whole machine recently. In fact, actually, this is a brand new battery that I bought it last year. It had a very good cycle. It's at 8 gigabytes of DDR3 RAM memory and my beloved SSD that I installed. Now, you may not be able to see it, but I actually found the cause, maybe the cause of the problem on this. It's the fact, and I'm gonna move the camera so you can see that it is because of this. There is a, looks like it's a dime inside the disk drive. I don't have a way to remove it, I don't have a way to work with it, so I said, what the heck, let's go get a brand new disk drive and change it. Okay, so continue with the process. Sorry for the movement of the camera. Okay, and the next step in order to remove this disk drive is start removing the peripherals. We're gonna use a spudger because we don't want to use any metal objects that may damage the ribbons. Okay, so we're gonna use this spudger. Again, no sponsorship of any kind. Okay, on to the first one, which is the connection to the hard drive. Okay, this is connected. Also the connection to the Wi-Fi as well, so we can gain access to the whole process. Okay, that is disconnected. Alright, there's a couple of more screws along the way. We'll go with that in a second. There's no need to remove the battery, but just to make sure that we are clear, fair and square, let's just remove the battery connector, so that way we are clear that there will be no damage or scrap. That doesn't mean that I will get shocked or anything like that, because I don't think there is any effect on the process. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and do it securely and safely. I don't use any anti-static devices, even though I have them. I bought it online, but I haven't used it in the past. I don't think there is a use it right now, but I suggest you use it for your own safety. But definitely on my end, I'm not gonna use it. I'm just old. Okay, so I'm gonna take this first one. I believe this is the second or the first screw that we have to take out. Okay. I'm gonna reopen the toolbox again. And since these are all the same, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna start putting all them in the same fashion. Okay, because there's more screws that will come out. I better safe than sorry. I took the first one. I'm gonna put it in here. Then I believe there's more screws here in the path. I'm gonna take this one out too. This one is in between this cable and the ribbons, but I don't see the need to remove it. It could be easier, so that way they're not in the way. But things for me, there is no need necessarily right now. Just move with the spoiler to the side. Yeah, and that way. Sorry, I had to be lame. I live dangerously. No, I'm not rusting. I live dangerously. Okay, so this is the second one. Okay, and I believe there's more screws along the way, but let me see if we can start getting this out of the way. Let's see if we can move it. We can move it out. It looks like it's almost out. Obviously there is a connector that we need to remove, and I think it's this one. Sorry, I should do that in the first place. So guess what? It looks like there is more screws to the way. Let me check something very quickly with my camera, with my flasher. So I took this and took that. Okay. I don't think there is a need to move anything else. Let me just make sure I'm going the same way. Take this out of the way. Okay. Alright. And I don't know if you can see it, but I think it's more difficult than I expected. So let's go ahead and let me check something and come. So I remove this first screw, go to the second screw, and now this third one to remove the speaker. In the meantime, check this out. We're gonna use a spudger to safely remove this connector. Alright. I can put it right here in the meantime. And the DVD is out. Finally. The DVD is out. Alright. Perfect. Now we're gonna do the same procedure backwards to reconnect everything. The new DVD drive and all the connectors behind it. Okay? So let's see, what did I do wrong? You guys to acknowledge the connection here. Maybe because of that this is not supposed to be inside. Yeah, I guess this is supposed to be loose, kind of loose here. Okay, perfect. So now we have everything set up. Now let's go ahead and bring the brand new DVD drive. Yeah, I told you I'm lame. Okay, now the thing is actually, as I removing the paperwork from this brand new item, hey, it actually looks like he has the connector already. What? What? That's nice. Nice view. It's cool. It's kind of Chinese. So let's go ahead and install the brand new hard drive, shall we? And I mentioned earlier hard drive, but it's not. It is a disk drive. So let's see how it works. Hopefully it's gonna work fine as soon as we put it back together. Since it already has the connector, that's good because there's no need for me to put anything except just installing it back again into place. Alright, that's kind of a peace of mind. Okay, now we can start aligning everything else into place. Okay, starting with the first screw, you know. Connect the speaker. The second is this one. Okay. And this one. fact, there is another connector I have to put on. I know. Again, I told you I'm kind of lazy. I have to put this on right. It's a second connector that the tutorial didn't mention, which is this one. And go for the magnets. Okay, I'll start with this one again. It's kind of difficult, so I apologize. It's taking longer than expected. Okay. I don't know what's going on. Just gonna put this back where it belongs. Because there's actually not too much need. Okay. I guess it's not that one. Maybe it's this one. Thought that I set up. That's supposed to be right. Yep. I was doing the wrong one. And I messed it up again. Did I tell you that I messed it up again? Why? I have to take this apart again and put the third screw. Oh my god. The frame is douchey. Very douchey. Sorry about that, my friends. As I mentioned, yes, I'm a douchey because I made a mistake here. I have to take this all apart again. Oh my god, sorry about that. My dear, apologize for the inconvenience because I have to put this one. There's not much sense to put this drive right. And hold the instructions right. Okay. And so sorry guys. And this one too. And now we can again put this one back that way. Finally, we can assemble the thing right. Sorry for the inconvenience of the way, but that's how tutorials work. You need to mess it up. I guess it's part of the deal, huh? Okay, so now that is all screwed up the right way, let's continue with the reconnection and with the smaller hardware. Okay. Connections to the Wi-Fi. I have to put this back, close it out. Sorry about that. I'm gonna move this a little bit down. Okay, and then this one, and this one. Okay, once that, let's go ahead and do the last and longer connection for the Wi-Fi. Yeah, that's how they say in Puerto Rico. They say Wi-Fi instead of Wi-Fi. I don't know why. I don't know the reason behind that, but that's how they say it. I'm good with that. Nope, this is not connected. Dang it. Sorry for the inconvenience. Okay. Alright, there's something going on with this one. I have no idea why. So give me that bush. Okay. And as we continue, there you go. Finally. They're all connected. Now continue with the process. Move it back. The cover back. There's no need to clean it because it's kind of clean. It's because, again, I lived in Jersey. Did I told you that? Like 3 times in the video, right? And let's look back and start putting the connectors. Which I will first of all the longer ones. And not tighten them up right away. So simply put out and present the screws back into place. And you notice that I haven't talked anything about torque screws or anything like that. It's because your friend here has no idea what it is like that. Still learning the process. You're gonna kill me. You're gonna tell me, how did you not know that? Guess what? I don't. Sue me. No, don't sue me. I'm broke. Just simply bear with me. Which I would like to say, but still, bear with me. Okay. I don't know what's going on here. Why in the world is like this in there? Okay. Continue with the process of installing the screws. I will tighten them up as soon as they get into place. Okay. Now tighten them up. Hopefully this is work. Eventually I'm planning to upgrade this to 16 gigs of memory. I know that I told you to like in the comments, but I want to ask you a question. If you know the answer, I will appreciate that. Guide me through it. There is another problem that we have with this laptop, but that is not hardware, but the system itself is actually having issues with installing Google. After I use the DOS-Dude 1 Catalina patcher and update it to the latest update per DOS-Dude. It doesn't want to install Google. I have no idea why. It continuously crash. I keep doing it. I keep removing it and then reinstalling it, and it still continue to crash. So please, in the comments section, I will appreciate if you give me some ideas on why this is happening. I haven't reached out to those two yet in regards to that, or I'm looking forward to talk to him about it too as well. I don't have any conversations directly with him, but I'll just see if he has some answers in regards to why it's still continuously crashing. I decided to continue to use Safari. It's working okay. It's kind of slow. Also Firefox, Mozilla Firefox is a better option. It's at the latest version, so it should be okay. But other than that, even though I'm a Mac user for a long time, I love the Google search engine, and the search engine in this case, I cannot use it unless I use my iPhone. So I would love to, in the comments, if you can give me some directions, some feedback about what I can do in order to resolve the issue. I will appreciate that. You should see that. I don't need it, whatever. It's okay. If I need it in the future. So let's see. So now let's go ahead and see if this works, shall we? So now we come to the moment of truth to see if the project works. Now what I did is just clean a little bit my laptop. It was kind of messy, and I also brought a new compilation of movies that I was looking for a long time. Okay, I'm not going to show exactly what it is, you know, but I wanted to see if they work. Go ahead and be prepared to see. Option there. Okay, perfect. Alright, I have the movie set up. I'm gonna fire up the computer. So let's see how it works. Oh, this is turning on, so I just passed the password. Obviously you don't need to see that. Okay, so we have to set up. So I go back into place. Probably for some reason get off. Okay, so let's see how it goes. Alright, time zone. Okay. Alright. Okay. You didn't see anything. Perfect. So now everything's changed. So now it's good. For some reason, continue does this. Okay, I'll see that later on. And now, take this out of the way. Okay. Let's see if this works. Go to the launchpad. My video player. And let's see if the project works. I'm gonna shut up my activity. Let's see if this works. It's not working. It has to do with the alignment. Alright. Applications. Everything is kind of whacked somehow. I see that my Wi-Fi is on, but it's not like connected to any network. I may have to go back and see what's causing the issue. So after a while of checking everything into the installation, actually in fact for some reason it doesn't want to recognize the Superdrive. I even opened the option for eject because I put a disk. I'm gonna show you that. Eject, and it shows the Superdrive is grayed out. So I have no idea what's causing the issue. Obviously, the situation keeps going on. This is a brand new Superdrive, and for some reason still doesn't want to work. Alright, so I guess this is a failed project at this moment. I installed as it was supposed to do, and still it didn't work. I thought that there was something that I did wrong during the process. I followed maybe one screw kind of low or degrade down, but still the connections were okay. Even right now, even the internet was working because I actually found out that the ribbon between the Wi-Fi connection and the logic board it was kind of disconnected. So that was one thumbs up for me to do. So in the meantime, we're gonna stop this project, and then we'll continue next time, as we're gonna try to look for other alternatives to see what's causing the issue of the Superdrive not working on these early 2011 MacBook Pro. So in the meantime, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all the comments. Remember to hit like to this video, and please comment. I will appreciate all the comments, good or bad, and give me tips on how to continue working on these videos, and don't forget to subscribe so that way we can continue this new journey and this new adventure. So until then, thank you. Continue being fans and trying to be experts with the time. And this is, I'm a Mac fan, not an expert. Until next time, bye.